honorable members, you'll agree with me that even those that have other jobs, they are still coming back to agriculture because that is where wealth is being generated. And so agriculture and community are connected. And let me say, and allow me to quote the Bible and say that God was the first farmer. When he created the garden, the first thing that he created after creating everything else is the Garden of Eden. And Adam was told to go and till the land. So agriculture and people, they are interconnected because agriculture provides food, and then this food is consumed by the community. About the government policies, let me say that we have the policy of disease control in livestock. This is whereby, and this is a national policy, whereby our animals are supposed to be vaccinated at least twice a year. And then the other one is about livestock production. And basically, those are the policies that I can remember. And then still Honorable Naitore asked about whether members of the church should be given formal education in agriculture. This I say yes. They need to be educated, and given the opportunity, I will enhance those members of the department, the extension officers. I will make sure that I motivate them so that they can be able to deliver to the people from Meru County and provide day-to-day education. But members, of course, they must have formal education in agriculture. And I want to say that I also did agriculture up to O level. Agriculture was one of the subjects that I chose. Then Honorable Mwenda asked me about livestock, fisheries, and veterinary services. And livestock, let me say that we have the daily, when it comes to livestock, we have the dairy farming and the beef farming. The dairy farming, it is done on the highlands, and then the lower part of Meru, basically what we keep is the beef cattle. And what I will do, I will enhance these dockets by making sure that members are arranged into groups so that they can be able to do their production well, just as I said, and said I can take the model of Meru daily. Then the lower parts of Meru, where the area is semi-arid, we know that there are so many challenges there, the challenge of drought, the challenge of water, and the challenge of cattle rustling. And so I'll be able to work with the national government on the issue of cattle rustling so that we can have a solution on this. And then...
Reverend Karea, you have taken 28 more extra minutes. Please conclude.
Okay, thank you, Chair and the honorable members. Then on the issue of fisheries, let me say that I will be able to improve production. I'll be able to improve production if given the opportunity, and also look for markets. And then on the issue of veterinary services, in Meru County, we have 17 high officers, and actually 2 in every sub-county and 1 in Bode. And so if given the opportunity, we'll be able to look on ways whereby we can be able to employ more officers so that this can be done well. And thank you, Honorable Chair. There is also the question that was asked by Honorable Joyce about the locust, and if they invade, then what will we do? And allow me to say that currently we know there is the project of the locust, whereby the members of the community are being compensated so that they can buy seeds. And so if this arises again, because it is a phenomena, then we'll be able to look for more funding so that we can be able to help the farmers. And then we have the question of Honorable Motea. What are some of the value addition, especially projects that are there? Allow me, honorable members, through the Honorable Chair, to say that there is a market that is being constructed at Indalene, and then there is also another project that is oncoming about the potatoes and also macadamia at Kideo. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Thank you, Reverend Karea. Reverend, now that you have been here, members have raised the issues and you have responded to them. They have listened to you. I would wish to give you just one minute. If you have anything to tell the members in a nutshell, then you can tell them before we allow you to leave.
Thank you, Honorable Chair and honorable members. I want to appreciate all of you for listening to me and for giving me the opportunity to come before you. And I want to promise you that given the opportunity to serve in this docket, that we'll be able to work together. I will bless the spirit of teamwork, the spirit of consultation, and we'll be able to work together so that we can make the Meru people happy. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Thank you, Reverend Karea Kaberia Karundu. Please ensure that Reverend Karea gets a document, and Reverend also please check if all the documents are in order. And then also members, please hand over ending up sheets. Please confirm if your documents are okay. Are they okay?
Yeah, they're okay.
Then thank you. And Karundu, please escort Reverend Karea. And then also in the next 2 minutes, let's have the other nominee, 1 minute. This thing is right. Mwenda, please tell Karundu to invite in the next candidate, please. What's wrong with this man? Welcome, James Muthomi. Please have a seat. Muthomi, this is the Committee on Appointment, Meru County Assembly. And of course, you know, you're here for the vetting purposes. And before we transact any business, you are supposed to take an oath. And the purposes of the oath is that you own the information that you give can be used in a court of law. That's why you are taking the oath or you are swearing. So I request Benson Kenywa to take you through the process of the oath. Kenywa, please. Then on right continue. We don't need even copies for the members.
I, James Muthomi Muronge, do solemnly swear that the information I shall give before this committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
I want you to hear you. I'm not reading it myself.
Yeah, it's here.
Thank you, Muthomi. Again, I wish to welcome you this afternoon. And at this juncture, I wish to give you two minutes that you make an introduction of yourself, who you are, where you come from. But before I do that, I wish to recognize the presence of one Saresio Mutuma Duranira. Where is he seated? It's okay. If he's not around, it's okay. I want to notify you, Muthomi, and also the honored members, plus the members of the press and any other person present in this afternoon that the assembly, the clerk of the assembly, received a petition, of course, raising issues on your nominee to the executive, the county executive committee. So we are in receipt of that document dated 19th October 2022, and in regard to that, then, and which that they will give you a document to see what the petition is all about. So at this juncture, Muthoni, I'll give you 2 minutes to make your introductory remarks. Please take the floor.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. My name is James Muthoni Murongi, born and raised in South Imenti, Bogota West, where I went for my primary education at Kandene Primary School. My secondary school education I did it at Chogoria Boys High School. Then Minjitra after that, as I was waiting to join university, I got engaged in businesses. I've done business for quite a while, after which, in the process of doing my secondary school education was a sponsored education, and after that, I went into business so that I can take care of the rest of my education, which I did while working. So in the year 2013, I joined by Kenya Methodist University, where I did a degree in business and administration, accounting option. Later, I enrolled for master's, which is ongoing. I've not completed one unit, but I've done the coursework. My work experience is I've worked in various institutions, private institutions. I began by an international body where I was doing business with them. I went to Toyota, where I was praying various laws of management. I also, out of experience, I also went into technical and departments where I've worked. And from there, I've also engaged in a private business of running my enterprises, and also businesses in energy sector and all that. So since 2017, I've not been in employment. I've been doing my own businesses. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Thank you, James Muthoni. What has been provided to you is a copy of the petition that was presented by one Sarecho Duranera. As he come, then if it's not there, that you'll be able to look at the issues that at least the members have a copy of the same, so they may be able to react on it. And then at this juncture, on our members, James, I request that at least you have a paper and a pen, so that any member asking you a question or raising an issue, you will be able to note the member, the name of the member, and then also note down what he or she is asking, so that by the time when you are responding, then you are able now to say, at this time I'm responding to question raised by Honorable Lucy Mokalia, so and so. We continue like that. And then I will allow also the members 3 or 4 to ask questions, then you write them, and then you respond to them at angle. So at this junction of members, I request that any member who wishes to raise an issue, then tukaja speaker Sai Honorable Lucy Mukaria.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to participate in this vetting process. My name is Honorable Lucy Mukaria, and I would like to begin by asking the candidate, Mr. James Muthomi, and I would like, Mr. Speaker, Mr. James to be provided with the advertisement gazette that was done so that I can ask my question. Mr. Speaker, sir.
Yes, what is it, Honorable Mukaria?
Yeah, I wanted to refer the candidate, Mr. Speaker, to the advertisement that was put on the papers, on the dairies, concerning the requirements of the appointments by the appointing authority, who is Her Excellency the Governor. And Mr. Muthomi would like to...
Honorable Lucy Mukaria, please be more precise and clear. You know, when you say Her Excellency the Governor, you don't know which Excellency Governor are you talking about. Please, for the purposes of the answer and for the recording purpose, it's important if you say Her Excellency the Governor, put all the names.
Mr. Speaker, I withdraw. The advertisement was put on the dailies by the County Secretary, County Government of Meru, and this was... And I would like to refer the member, the candidate, to the requirements for appointment number 3. And I'm going to read for the purpose of record, Mr. Speaker, that the requirement number 3 is have knowledge, experience, and distinguished career of not less than 5 years in the field relevant to the portfolio of the department to which the person is seeking to be considered. And I want to underline the statement, relevant, distinguished career in the field relevant to the portfolio. And Mr. James, you have a wealth of experience and you have qualified for you have qualifications in management, but the advertisement in this case required that you be a person relevant to the Department of Roads. Is it roads? To the Department of Roads and Public Works.
Please, Honorable Lucy Mukaria, conclude your question.
Yeah, my question is that whether you think this is relevant to your qualifications are relevant to the field that you have applied for, or whether you think you are the right candidate for the job, and whether you have experience of 5 years in the field that you have applied for. Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Lucy Mukaria. Any other member is Honorable Spora.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to ask more on what Honorable Lucy has asked our candidates. Mr. James Muthomi, I would want to note that this department is a very technical department that requires a lot of technical expertise, especially on the Directorate of Roads and Infrastructure, because it also has 3 directorates. It requires a lot of expertise. And as Honorable Mukaria has asked, I would want to know what are these technical, all these know-how that you have, all these skills that you have, that you found relevant to this very, very technical department that I can get convinced that you can really move this department forward without much struggle or with much ease. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Spora. But honorable members, I would also like to draw to your attention that the CEC is not necessarily a technical person. So most of our duties are managerial in terms of nature. So when we are directing the questions, let's focus on the area that we want to establish the suitability of the member. Honorable Deputy Speaker, Mwenda.
Thank you very much, Chair. Mr. James Muthomi. I'll direct you to your application, and there's a place you've stated as my resume. Indicate I have significant experience in customer relations, managerial skills, accounting, and engineering field. That is one. Now, engineering field, you quantify that. Then I'll go to your CV. You've indicated that you've done your master's between 2017 and 2018. Then when you go to education qualification.
Deputy Speaker, because he doesn't have the file that you have, give him more time when you are referring to anything that is in the file, so that he can be able to take note of that within the shortest period of time.
Yeah, and direct to your education qualifications. Still, you've indicated you have your master's. Now, indication means you submit. So kindly reply to that.
Thank you. Thank you. Then I'll take two more questions. Yes, Honorable Frida.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Honorable Frida Naito. My question goes to James Mureithi about the memorandum that was drawn by one Saresio. There is a number 12 of the same memorandum says, in 2013, the nominee of Ron's Energy and Public Works was once involved in 2 pyramid schemes that conned the public millions of shillings. These schemes were desi and bullish trade. Thus, it does not meet the constitution threshold. Can Mr. James explain to this committee how that one was? And then about number 13, there is this master's in business and administration that he's saying about that he went through on 2017 and 2018. We don't have the certificate for the same. Let him explain to us about the same.
Thank you, Honorable Frida. But also, it's also very important, honorable members, to know that a master's degree is not a mandatory requirement. What is a mandatory requirement is the first degree. I wish to take 2 more questions, and then we'll give him room to respond. Honorable Josephat Kinyomuna.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Nicholas Kenyo Amona Josephat, representing Yakist. Perusing the CV here, I can see you have stated you have an ongoing course with the CASNEP. And looking at the registration letter, I can attest, having experience there, that it is dated long ago. Maybe somewhere around 2008, 7, 6 there. And then a course cannot be ongoing for that long. And I cannot see any transcripts attached to your CV, maybe for 1 level, 2 levels, if it is ongoing. Again, I'm afraid your CV is a bit scanty on work experience.
Honorable Muna, please allow Honorable Mutea to sit down. Thank you, Honorable Muna. Please continue.
Yes, I'm afraid your CV is scanty on work experience. It does not state when, for example, you were working for a certain institution, when you started, when you left, the responsibilities there, so that at least the members can be able to match your work experience and the job desired. Thank you.
Okay. Please, members, let's allow Muthomi to give to respond to those particular issues that have been raised.
Thank you, Chair.
As in this education qualifications, you also respond on that one issue of the masters. But what I wanted the members to note is that master's degree is not a mandatory requirement. But since you have put it there now, then you'll explain to the members what you really meant by putting it there. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Thank you, members, for the questions. Honorable Rusi, you asked questions on my knowledge and my experience that will help me perform my duties as a CEC member for loans and transport and public works. I have a wealth of experience in management, and being a CEC member is getting things work done, and that is done through proper management. I have been a manager in a busy institution like Toyota, Mutindwa. I've worked for more than 5 years there, from 2013 to 2017, actively in managing that. There are some aspects of my involvement in community work that I've not put in the CV. That is matters of projects, managing projects, church projects, where I've been managing big and huge projects when assigned, like building of churches, being chair of those kind of projects. And I've also managed institutions like on voluntary basis. Like currently we are doing a primary school somewhere. I'm hands-on to do the collaborations and making sure that that primary school comes up. So there are some of those things that I've engaged in, and official duties that I've done to make things happen that I've not put in that CV, but has been some of my areas I've been involved in. Going to the next question of Honorable Zipporah, you have stated that the loans department requires technical aspects. It is true. But in that department, I will not be working alone. There is a number of technical experts in that department. Thank you. There are a number of technical experts that are in that department. Mine is to work in collaboration with them so that the departments can move to the next level that is supposed to be. In terms of my roles there as that department, I need to establish
Yes, Honorable Muna, what is it?
Mr. Speaker, I could ask the CEC nominee not to tense a lot. We mean no harm. It should not be so tensed.
I'm okay.
Be free. We are human beings, your friends, your colleagues. Express yourself without tensing.
Thank you, Honorable Member. I'm okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Thank you. I'm saying in that department, I will work with the people in the department because it's already a department that is moving on. My own will be there to manage the department, and I can tell this house that I have experience of management. Honorable Deputy Speaker, you have asked about my masters. I stated in the questionnaire there that my masters is ongoing. I did the coursework completely. I've attached the progressive transcript there.
Under Muthomi. But in the affidavit that you have sworn, on your affidavit, it is here. The affidavit that of sworn, the EACC affidavit, number 5, and occasional qualifications. You know, you state there primary certificate, yes. Secondary certificate, yes. A-level certificate, yes. Diploma, no. Degree, yes. Check the files as I'm going through it. And then masters you have ticked, which means level of qualifications, which means is I'm referring to this particular document that is in page 2 of 6. Then it shows that you owned a master's degree. And then when you look at your CV, in terms of education, you have listed there, Master in Business Administration, MBA, Strategic Management, Kenya Methodist University, Kenya, 2017 to 2018. Which means if it's 2017 to 2018, then you must be having the certificate. What do you say about that?
That is when I went through the coursework. I did all the coursework, that is 2017, and in the following year, that is when I did that, but I have, for some reason, I have not gotten the certificate. What I have is the transcript that I've attached.
Then it means if you don't have the certificate, then you are not qualified. You cannot say that you have masters. And then on page 2 of 6, you cannot take masters because 0, you have not yet graduated. Am I correct, Muthomi?
You are correct, sir. I have not graduated for masters. It's only that I went through the coursework.
But the information that you are given here then is wrong, is misleading.
Sorry for
true
that.
or false?
True.
What is it, Honor Frida?
Additional information, Mr. Speaker. In the EACC document, he says he doesn't have a diploma. In the CV, other courses, he says he has diploma in mechanical engineering.
Just a minute, Martin. Please come back again so that he can hear. Put off the mic.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Speaker, what I'm saying is, in the EACC document, he says on the education qualifications, he says he doesn't have a diploma. And in the curriculum vitae, he says the other courses that he has is diploma in mechanical engineering. How about that?
Or you want you to be supplying the documents so that you can make a reference on what the members are asking.
Yes.
Can you please, if there is an extra file, yes, show him the.
Thank you.
Yes, continue, Muthomi.
Thank you, Honorable Chair and Honorable members. On the courses, when I talked about some of the courses I've done, some of them I must admit they have not been complete, so that I can go to that level of a certificate. I was just stating what I went through. What I have provided in the documents is what I have. Whatever I have transcript, that is what I provided. So whatever
Muthomi, you know, you give the information as per the certificate I wanted, because the certificate I wanted is the one that confirms if you have a degree, you have a diploma, if you have a master's. If you have an ongoing course, you just state it is ongoing, but still you have not attained that level. True or false?
True.
So then the information that you have given here is wrong information. Would I be wrong if I say that?
It is true, some of them are incomplete.
Thank you. Continue. Honorable Spora, what is it?
It was really tense when he was
Start again.
still.
Start again.
Honorable Speaker, unless if our candidate was tensed even when he was applying, because still in the EACC document, he has indicated that he has a A-level certificate, and I can see was born in 1984 and completed Form 4 in 2003 when the A-level was already done away with.
Thank you for that information. For him to have gone for A-level, it must be my age. That is, and Jos Patimuna, I can see as your age mate, and he was my student in high school. So if you take A-level, it means A-level means from 5 and 6. So you should have ticked O-level. So you can see again that information that you are given there is misleading. What is it, Martin?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I have also to add on that Murugi James Muthomi graduated, was issued with the certificate in Bachelor of Business and Administration on 23rd day of July 2016, and was admitted on May 2016, the same year, for a master's degree, and was approved to proceed to the second year of the study the same year. So there is a big discrepancy there.
Thank you. Muthomi, as you also respond to that, please inform the committee on appointment. Which school did you go for the A-levels? Because you are British curriculum, probably you want to an international school. Which school did you attend for the A-levels?
Sorry, Mr. Chair. I've been meant to understand there is a difference between A-levels. I went to high school for KCSE.
That is O-level.
That is O-level.
Did you go for A-level?
No.
Oh, thank you. Then continue. Answer the questions.
When I was doing my degree, honorable member, I completed the coursework. We waited for graduation. Then the school could they are under system on how you can continue to the next level if you satisfy the academic department on your next level. So I completed, and immediately I moved on with my master's, having satisfied the requirements of the school. So I finished in 2013, and immediately, I finished in 2016, and immediately I proceeded to the next level. There were requirements of the school which I was able to satisfy. So graduation time, I got the certificate after graduation, having continuing with masters because I had satisfied the requirements of the school in terms of continuing. Thank you.
Honorable Martin, are you satisfied with the answer that has been provided?
Then it means you graduated. Before graduation, you were taking masters.
Thank you. Honorable Ken, I suggest Honorable Mukaria that at least we give him room to respond to the questions, then we can raise. If it's not an issue on what we have been discussing about the qualifications, then let us allow him to answer the questions, then we ask.
It is on the chair. I would like to play the devil's advocate.
Then continue.
Chair, I think on the issue of one proceeding with a master's, conferment of a degree itself is not a requirement. The physical activity of being confirmed with a degree. But the academic requirements are in the transcripts that you pursue. It is a very common practice in universities we have been. So on the issue of commencing a master's before the graduation event, it is possible. On that, I wish to play the devil's advocate.
Thank you. Also, the DS is raising another issue here. DS, please take the floor.
Now, Honorable James, in fact, there are a lot of queries about your qualifications. Now, in published writings, I think you indicate and you have published a book. I'm an editor in a certain book, not entitled anything. So you can explain that too. If you have any editions, publications, articles, or report that we may get to know.
What is it, Honorable DMK, Dennis Kiogara?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Muthomi, I would like to congratulate you to making it to the level of being appointed CEC for transport. Now, my question is with your academic qualifications, there is some mention that you have some experience of being an engineer and you have done an engineering course, yet I've gone through your original certificates, I've not seen any. Then there is something that happens with your documents. You graduated from high school, you completed high school in 2003. But then you started your degree in 2013. There is a gap of 10 years, and you had passed well in high school. So there is a gap of 10 years between 2003 when you complete Form 4 and 2013 when you go to KEMU and start a degree. What happened in the 10-year gap that is there between your Form 4 and your first year in the university?
Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Dennis Kiogara. Honorable members now, on the same Honorable Semukaria. Please use the microphone. Muthomi, please, and be putting off when the member is on.
Mr. Speaker, it's on the same about qualifications. And I see even on the original certificates, he has a transcript that is dated May 2016, Master of Business Administration, first year of study. And then the same date, May 2016, Master of Business Administration, second year of study. I would like to clarification. Why the same year, the same date, first year and second year?
Thank you, Honorable Semukaria. Muthomi, I'm sure you have noted the issues that are raised by the honorable members. This one being you know, we already passed the time that was allocated to him, and this one being one of the agents of the county government, the roads department, I'll give him more 10 minutes. First 5 minutes to respond on the issues that have been raised on his academic qualifications and the affidavit that he has sworn, and then another 5 minutes to respond on the other questions that were raised by the honorable members. Would that be okay with you?
Yes, sir.
Then please continue.
Thank you, Chair. On the issue of the Honorable Dennis Kiogora, as raised on the period between my 2003 KCSE and my commencing my degree, and after my 2003 KCSE, we used to wait for 2 years so that you can be admitted in the university. And you remember those are the times when getting MB was not really, you are not admitted. There were the issues of cut points, depending on the number of students who have qualified for that particular year. So the issue of cut points spread, and I was not lucky to join university directly. So I had to wait to do a parallel degree whereby I pay for myself. So in that period is when I went to business, as I stated earlier, so that I could look for this money, because I really wanted to graduate with a degree, and I was lucky to join 10 years later. So that is the reason why I had a BS, but I was not lucky that time to join immediately. So I took some time so that I could take myself to school. My secondary level, it was sponsored by a sponsor, and the sponsor was not available so that I can do degree immediately. I've answered on that is on the year of study. I'll go to a question asked by Honorable Frida, raised in the memorandum about pyramid schemes. I've never been involved in a pyramid scheme. That one I'm not understanding that one. I've not been involved in that. Honorable members, I think I've answered the questions. Maybe you can. Yes.
Yes. The Deputy Speaker has an issue that he also want to raise over the same. I'll give him also a minute or so to raise the issue so that you can respond.
Muthomi James, in fact, the issue of your master's degree, it is quite weird. You are doing how many units? In 1 year, second year, you did almost 18 units for a master's degree. That is weird. So you do a few units, then the coursework, that's a unit of its own. So a master's degree, semester, then 1 year, then the coursework. Now you did it first year, and you're saying second year, you're doing the same. So you're doing so many units for a master's degree. That is weird. That is questionable.
Thank you, Honorable Member. The university I was in, we were doing a crash program, which allowed it then, and even it is allowed even now, whereby in a period of 3 months, you could do 6 units. It was allowed then, it is even around them. I was doing it here in the town campus, and within 3 trimesters, you could do the 18 units, and I went through that program of all the units. It is still available now, and even people are doing it even now.
Thank you, Muthomi. Also, I want to inform the committee that our office team was also able to follow those KEM documents, and they confirmed that the documents are okay, they are authentic. Honorable Mwenda, what the issue?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mine is not academic, but maybe managerial. There is this issue about various roles and several other roles. Now, because it is standing against the contractors, now in case you are approved by this committee, how are you going to ensure that there is clarity so that the contractors get paid? Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Member. I've heard the statements of various and several, but I think, in my view, maybe I get a clarification. Are you asking of what happened or what will happen from here onwards? Sorry, let me get that.
I'm asking so that we can have the clarity, because this issue is standing against the contractors, and now the contractor will get paid. How are you going to make that clarity so that there won't be various roles and several other in the future, if you are approved?
From where I stand, a road begins from a certain point to a certain point. In the future, we can clarify those points where maybe this road began and where it ended. It is also measured. So we can talk about points of beginning point of the road and the ending point of the road, the area of the road, and all those aspects that defines where that particular road is situated. So in future, we will endeavor to make those clarifications so that it is not, it is clear where it is situated, from where to where, and the measurements.
Thank you, Muthomi, but it's important also to understand the issue that the honorable member is raising. For example, I've been an honorable member for Abu Central for the last 10 years. The position that is being occupied by Mutea, who is a member of this committee. And in my ward, there are over 100 loans in my ward. So there are some that are 100 meters, others are 300 meters, others are 2 kilometers, others are 5 kilometers. So generally, in my understanding, it is not possible to write all the loans, and that's why it is written grading loans, or you mentioned 2. For example, in the area that I represented, we would mention grading of Kariene, Kaito Road, grading of Motego, Kagoma Road, and several others. Because you cannot be able to list 100 loans in one document. But the other accompaniments, when the inspector goes to take the measurement, now that document will show very clearly there was this road from called Ayubu Road, which is 200 meters, it was done, and these are the measurements. Then we'll go to the next road, just like that. By the end of the day, there will be 100 roads, and they will be quantified on what work was done on those particular roads. But in the ROPO, you cannot write 100 ones because you require an ROPO probably of 3 pages. So I understand the genesis of mentioning 2 roads and then several others. That's what it means. The ROPO may write that, but the report from the inspector, the engineer, who is quantifying the work that has been done, that document must show what roads were done. Those other several roads and others, then they are listed now in that report of the engineer who is doing the inspection. So if this committee approves you, will you do the same, or you write the 100 names in the ROPO?
Thank you, Chair. In your statement, you have actually elaborated how it happens. It is not possible to write everything on the LPO, but there are other supporting documents that show exactly how the work was done. So we'll make sure those documents are ever available to show how the work was done, just like you have put it. So the LPO may not take everything, but the details are in other supporting documents that are available in the ministry and wherever else they are required.
So now I've got a very simple question to ask you. Those accusations were there that was leveled against contractors. Was it right or wrong?
It was the decisions, it was meaning that they didn't do.
No, the statement that was done by the first man, Honor Murega Baishu, that several roads and others, was it a correct statement or wrong statement?
I have not heard of the statement, but I'm responding to the discussion we are having
I'm asking
right now.
you, that is a statement that is made. By explanation, is it right or wrong?
By the explanation, having the LPO cannot have everything, so the statement on whether they should not be put in LPO is not possible.
So what he said was wrong?
Yes.
Any other member who has an issue that before we give him 2 minutes, if there is no issue, Mudhome, I will give you 2 minutes to give your remarks to this committee. Please take the floor.
Thank you, honorable members, honorable chair, for the opportunity you have given me to be in your presence this afternoon. I thank you. I thank the whoever appointed me to appear before you. And I want to request this team to allow me to do the job. I'm capable of doing it. I've had assignments like I have stated. I've never failed in any. I've made changes wherever I've been involved in, positive change. And having understood this assignment, I'm requesting this honorable team, this honorable committee, to give me a chance to serve the people of Meru in that capacity.
Thank you. Thank you, Mudhome. Karundu, please ensure that he gets his document back, and as he gets the document, please, Mudhome, confirm that all your documents are safe before you leave. Mwenda, please escort Mudhome, and then Karundu get the next nominee. Thank you, Mwenda. Have a good afternoon. Karundu, be faster. Kuna karatasi ulichukua. Ile karatasi ya karibu. Utauliza hiyo swali? Ai, uwe kuraja. Kwa mbali. Welcome, CPA Esther Karemi-Njeru. This is our committee on appointment, Meru County Assembly. You have been here for the last 5 years as a member, but today you appear on another capacity as a nominee for trade, tourism, investment, and cooperatives. And I know you have shown an affidavit, and also you know also you need to own whatever information that you disclose here, and that's the reason as to why Mr. Benson Kenywa will assist you to take the oath. So in that regard, then you know whatever information that you disclose here can be used as an evidence in court of law. So Benson, please administer the oath.
Thank you, Chair.
Where's the other microphone? Hold forward the other microphone.
I, Esther Karemi-Njeru, do solemnly swear that the information I shall give before this committee shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Thank you. Thank you, Benson. Now, one honorable, you know, once you have the title, it remains with you till death. Honorable, I don't know why you didn't put it there. And I don't know why you didn't put it there, Honorable CPA Esther Karemi-Njeru.
Honorable Chair, I think it was an oversight, but I do affirm indeed I still remain honorable. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. This is Junction Karemi, Honorable Karemi. I'll give you 2 minutes to do introduction. Tell us who you are, where you are born, where you went to school, where you have been for these years. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson, Honorable Speaker, and the honorable members. As I stated, my name is Esther Karemi-Njeru, a Kenyan citizen and a resident of this county of Meru. I was born in a place called Nturuba. It is within the location of Mokululu location in Kangeta Ward in Negembe Central Sub-County. It is in this locality that I started my basic schooling, that is primary school, and I started my basic learning in a school called Jia Primary School, thereafter transferring to Alamano Primary School in Kangeta, where I successfully completed my primary school, thereafter proceeding to high school in St. Mary's Girls High School, Egoji. I successfully completed my high school with an A- grade in KCSE, and therefore proceeded to the university to pursue a bachelor degree in commerce. I want to note that even though I was admitted by the Joint Admission Board to a public university, that is the University of Nairobi, to pursue a BCom, I was very privileged to win an academic scholarship by Strathmore University in partnership with EABL, and therefore I proceeded to Strathmore University to pursue my Bachelor of Commerce degree, majoring in finance and accounting, and graduated successfully with a first-class honors. I also want to thank the university because it is in Strathmore that indeed I started my leadership, having served as the Secretary General of Strathmore University Students' Union in the year of 2009. Mr. Chair, after completing my bachelor's degree, I started, like any other young graduate, and started my young career in the field of accounting and finance. And first of all, I went to a company called Ecom Agro-Industrial Corporation. It is an international firm that deals with sale and buying of coffee. I served there for a few months. Thereafter, proceeding to Subaru, Kenya, where I served as an accounts administrator again in the same field, Honorable Chair. Thereafter, I proceeded to an organization by the name Ernst & Young, which still is a firm that deals with accounting, auditing, finance, and management advisory, serving as an auditor, Mr. Speaker. Thereafter, I joined the public service in the Office of the Control of Budget, where I served as an internal auditor for around 2 years. And the calling to get into public service was hitting. By the grace of God, while I was working, I had gone back to school, the University of Nairobi, pursued a master's degree in business administration. That is between 2012 and 2014. And by the grace of God, again, I won a scholarship to go to the United Kingdom, the city of Manchester. I was in the University of Manchester from the year 2015 to 2016, where I pursued my second master's in international development, specializing in public policy and management. Honorable Chair, that is my story in terms of academic and in terms of my little work experience. Notably, when I came back to Kenya, I joined the Jubilee Party then because I had some strong conviction to join public service in the area of leadership and governance. I, of course, worked with the party and was very privileged to be nominated in this honorable house, which I served in the second assembly as a nominated MCA. Thereafter, Honorable Speaker, I offered myself to the people of Kangeta in the just ended general election, which, of course, I came second. And I thank the people of Kangeta because through that democratic process, Mr. Speaker, I've been able to grow and also learn. Mr. Speaker,
Hii ni Meru TV.